is the best out of them. Joining me on commentary, well, swapping in between is JPH, and K9 will be joining soon just to fill us in. How you doing, JPH?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Looking forward to some more rallycross. It's only been 2 days and you miss it on Tuesday, don't you?
Yeah, I do kind of. You have the Monday and then tonight, and yeah, Tuesday night. So it seems a bit empty after the action pack that you have on the Monday. But I'm sure you'll be settling into this RX light car around this track, having a bit of a feel for it from Monday. It's quite a rough track, isn't it? Quite technical as well.
Rough, but I think the RF2 drives so differently. It's a lot more calm than the RFX. That's for certain.
Right.
You can actually take the first sector after the first turn. You can actually take that pretty much flat compared to the RFX, which you have to get the right line to.
Yeah.
Even constitute trying that, but yeah, second meeting in the RFX class, so see how I go.
Yeah, you've adapted to it well. Seem quite comfortable in the car overall.
Alright guys, so we've sorted the lobby out. We were just trying to figure out who needed invites. We're having some issues there. I don't think all of us are friends online.
We've only been racing for a while, but
yeah. Anyways, but we got that sorted, so I think we're ready to go. Obviously a big change here tonight is I'm racing in this class as well tonight, so it'll be interesting.
Gonna show us how it's done, are you, boy?
How to crash in the best possible way. Yeah, that'll be me. Anyways, guys, I'll leave you guys to the stream and I'll jump in when JPH is racing and take over the cameras then. So, good luck, JPH, for tonight, and good luck to everyone else.
Enjoy, mate. So yeah, up for this the first round of qualifying is, just bear with me. Must have moved me controller. Must have just pulled on it because screen came up a bit funny there. But yeah, this first race is K9. I believe he's standing in for Dragon. Can't make it tonight, so instead of just having a race of 2, K9's jumped into that just to fill it up for a race of 3. You got Matsutsi there and Napoli.
Yeah, I believe K9's in Boucher's car for tonight for the Savage Racing team.
Oh, right, okay. So he's filling the spot of Dragon, but racing for Savage Racing.
Yeah.
Which I think basically he is the manager of Savage Racing. He seems to have set that up a long time ago.
Yeah, interesting thing to note on this course is that obviously the Joker is a smaller lap, shall we say, than the standard, but it's quite a sizable one. I think on Monday it was about 6 seconds.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was quite considerable shortcut. Whether that's to do with like you can carry more speed into that Joker.
Yeah, well, you're practically flat going into the Joker. You've got to be careful though, because if your line's wrong, you do catch a bump. Which fires the rear end out, which I found in the Mini, and you guys caught on the stream on Monday, which is why it looked like I'd sent it into the Joker.
Yeah, as I say, it's quite a rough track on the section that's not normally used, is it? It's the rest of the circuit we kind of know from other layouts of this, but yes.
K9's got pole, but I'd say Matsutsi's actually on the better spot, because that inside starting place puts you pretty much straight onto the gravel when you start, which is why you tend to find the guys on the outside tend to get that slightly better start, because they're all tarmac.
Yeah.
Whereas on the left side, you get like one wheel on the gravel, and that just unbalances everything, and the cars don't like it.
Plus, then you've got the inside line for that first corner as such, isn't it? I know you've got a slight little kink, and it does narrow up going into that first corner, but you can fit 2 cars through there. But, obviously, these guys just loading some setups there and making some adjustments.
I think we're about to go racing now.
Yep, race 1 coming under 1. Oh, someone had a jump start there. Matsuchi, was it?
Matsuchi jump start,
Yeah.
so that means he's disqualified.
Unfortunate for him there. K9 coming into that first section, leading. But now we know De Napoli's got some pace in this car, so it'd be interesting to see whether K9 just jumping straight into it. I know he hasn't been in the RX2s for a long time. He's gone for his Joker to try and break away, get some cleaner air. Just race his own race there.
Yeah, it's a shame for Matsushi. Obviously, the game normally gives you a drive-through penalty for a jump start, but you can't exactly do a drive-through on this game, and you can't stop the game from disqualifying, which is a shame because you could put your own penalty on that. But yeah, 8.4 seconds back to De Napoli, so the gap for the Joker even big than Monday, which is uncommon for these cars.
Yeah, it's what is it? I think K9, is he pulling out a little bit, or is it just overall kind of time section? Yeah, it just seems to be looking all right. K9 just running out wide, but nice line, carrying the speed in that car, which you've got to do in this car, haven't it? De Napoli going for his Joker.
K9 comfortably through though. By a good 2-3 seconds.
Still plenty of laps left though, so I mean, like, if K9 just makes the smallest of mistakes, just obviously first time out in this car, so hopefully you can keep it clean. De Napoli, you see, not too far away, but they're rolled in now. What? Ooh, just
mistake from K9.
Got away with it. Hasn't lost too much.
Got away with it, but he just turned in that a little bit too early in these cars compared to like the Merc that he normally drives in the RFN.
And again, just
rip up.
Yeah, just clips that inside barrier, which alters his line through that corner. De Napoli there, waiting to pounce if K9 makes too many more of them little mistakes.
Difficult little kink left right that on the back straight away, as you could call it. And if you get it wrong, it does go horribly wrong.
Yeah, there's you mean where that tyre is that sticks out?
Barrier on the left, tyre on the right.
Yeah, and that tyre doesn't move, does it? And we also know there's a ditch, isn't there, to the right of that. JPH, I think we've seen you.
Yeah, I was upside down in that ditch about 4 or 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I also tried moving the tyre on Monday. I can confirm it definitely doesn't move. Luckily, he's not really lost too much time since he made those mistakes, but just probably lost a couple of tenths, so he's going to lose a bit more now from running wide into the barrier.
Both guys pretty much on a very similar pace. K9's just on a 53.4, 52.4 from De Napoli, but it kind of switching between that each lap. K9 right out to the barrier there. Nice line coming out of the tunnel, carrying speed. De Napoli, you can see, just runs out wide and clips that barrier on the outside, but
good pace though from K9, that 51-second lap at the end.
Yeah, to jump straight into a car that he hasn't been racing in for quite some time. Standing, showing good pace, but unfortunately there for Matsushi, just jumps the start and instant disqualification, which I'm sure he'd be rather frustrated with, but I'm sure he'll have the pace throughout the night to redeem some points. So we'll be going on to qualifying 2, race 2, qualifying 1 should I say, where you'll be in this one with Ali, Tom, which is Shadow Lancer, yourself and Motormouth. So K9's joining us now.
I'll leave, so well done K9, good effort.
Thanks, man.
Yes, I'm going to leave you now, so I'll catch you in a bit.
Good luck.
Have a good one. Yeah, you looked strong and comfortable out there, K9, for considering you haven't jumped into the car for such a long time.
Yeah, it was a bit different. There was a lap or two there where I almost crashed. I just turned the nose in a bit early, thinking you can slide a bit more than you can, being used to the supercars. But
just caught them inside barriers a couple of times, but you soon learn from that.
These cars, luckily, if you just clip a barrier slightly, they don't. I mean, you can recover a bit easier than the supercars because you're not going as fast. But no, it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's a nice car actually. But yeah, so going into this next race, we are up to 4 drivers, and we have Ali, Tom, JPH, and Scott. So Ali, I need to go director. Sorry.
Yep.
Director for me. Ali, Scott, JPH, and Tom, which is Shadow. Yeah, we're ready to go. As soon as they thumbs up. Awesome.
So what's the
going back?
Can you? I've got nothing on playing from my side as I know of.
No worries. Maybe that was me. Don't see anything here. Seems to be not happening now. That's good.
Okay.
Alright, so we're loading in there. It's actually a nice track. I enjoy this track.
Does it feel as rough in the lights as it would in a Super, especially coming through the red section
I think
there?
It is, but you're not carrying that same speed. So it's definitely still like there was, especially on a lap or two there where I was hitting that grass piece on the left a bit and it throws you. The car went pretty sideways once or twice, but I think, just being how it is, this car is quite maneuverable when it needs to be. And you can really fight it a lot more than sometimes the Super.
I've got it.
Obviously, the Super... The Super is better because it's got more power that if you do save it, you can carry your speed through. Whereas this car, you go a bit sideways, it slows you down quite a lot, but you can recover from a trickier situation in this car, I think.
Right. It's more controllable because of just that slight little less power.
It's just more about losing the speed when you go at those kind of angles. That's the issue.
See, JPH have a good starting position, but we were discussing before, and Ali on that front row, that inside looks a little bit more favourable for a pole, really, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I think
that inside, the reason I would have assumed it's pole is if you're brave enough, you can use it to defend that inside corner.
Yeah, definitely can.
That the guy must drive around you, but I guess the line is actually better from the outside on that corner. But Ali is through first from that inside line.
He just did exactly what we were discussing, wasn't it? Just managed to hold off JPH and forced him out a little bit wider.
Shadow goes Joker there.
Motor Mouse stays out standard lap as well.
Yeah.
Ali and JPH very similar on pace at this stage of the race. It's only lap 1, but
Ali doing a good job here. Surprising that his brother jumped tonight. Usually it's Ali jumps more than Carlo, I think, but
just got 2 revved up for that first launch. But
so Shadow, because of that Joker, he's got some clean air now. That's going to benefit him in this race, just that he doesn't have any pressure on him right now.
But we were looking before, and it's a good 6 to 7 seconds advantage, that Joker lap. So
you can see JPH thinks he's faster, so he's gone in the Joker now. It's going to put him out ahead of Ali. Even ahead of Shadow.
Yeah.
So it takes first place there.
He's got quite a good gap as well there, 3 seconds back to...
So now what's going to be interesting is where is Ali sitting. I think he's still got enough of a gap between him and Shadow that he won't be held up, but he might, if he answers back immediately, he might come out just ahead or next to JPH. So Is he going to wait till the last lap, or is he going to answer immediately back with the Joker now? Because he was ahead of JPH when JPH jokered. So if he maintained his speed, he might stay like that. So it's sometimes a tactic he does. He goes Joker. So let's see where it's going to put him out here. No, he's going to make it, I think. And he does. So he's out in front. JPH just behind him.
Not much in it though. The slightest bit of contact wall rub, and that'll give JPH a run. But Ali nicely out
Shadow
there.
not too far behind either, and Motormouth still needs to take that Joker, I think. So it might put him a bit closer to the guys.
Ali looking comfortable. His lines are right through these rougher sections, and
yeah, it's definitely an advantage there. The more you can stay on that tar section, that part of the track, the safer you're going to be.
Flicks it nicely, but you've got to be careful, haven't you? Them inside tyres, they don't move, and you can catch your nose on there. I know I do it quite a bit. I think JPH had run a little bit wide on that section. Dropped a little bit of time, but nothing.
It looks like Ali's going to win this. A nice sideways out the tunnel there. I wonder if he uses handbrake for that sideways line he just got there. Shadow in third. Not bad from him. He's not too far behind. Motormouth also doing pretty decently in these cars, actually. He doesn't seem to be struggling as much as he did in Mill Run.
No, he'd be getting more comfortable with it now, wouldn't he? And runs like that just allow you to drive it and get more of a feel for it. But good race there from them guys, nice and clean.
Yep, that was a good job from them. Alright, so let's go now on to qualifying 2 for the lights. I'm going to be racing that one with Scott and Ali. So Ali doesn't need to go anywhere. JPH is in the chat to do some commentary again. So I will leave the two of you to discuss the next race.
Yeah, have a good one. Nice clean one like the first one. Not too much full sending. But, yeah, how'd that go for you, JPH? You had some good pace and tried that switch on the Joker. But Ali had a clean run as well.
Yeah, I think I probably lost most of that time actually going into the Joker, because when you're behind someone that close, you can't just launch it into it as you normally would. I had to tap the brakes to make sure I didn't wipe Ali out as I went in for it. But yeah, I think I'm on a par with Ali there, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, the first lap you were right onto the back end of him, and you were right to, I think, try that Joker manoeuvre as he hadn't gone for it, so you dived in there. But as you said, that slightest brake tap can lose you a bit of time. I think I saw you run slightly wide one corner and just brush the Armco. But
yeah, just the right hander after the flick left right, just braked a little bit too late, but
yeah. Nothing to think. No, race 1, so just kind of settle into it now. These guys, you've got, as you say, Kyle, Scott and Ali, so see if they can have another good clean first lap. That'll settle them down, I think. It'd be good to see if the pace of K9 against Ali, how that fares up. Scott looked a lot more comfortable in that car then.
Yeah, it's I think the thing with Scott is obviously the WRX aren't the easiest things to control, and just having that extra ability just to control it, and it's a good learning car, this one. Very, very good learning car. Not very good if you want to go drifting everywhere, but one definitely to learn the car control.
Yeah. Put him on pole as well with K9 in that more favourable starting position.
I still think K9's technically pole. I mean, you could almost tell with that with Ali there, he got such a better launch than I did.
Yeah, and he held you off all the way into that first corner, and then you had to go around a bit wider in that first corner, didn't you? So just shows a good launch there by Motormouth. Seems
Yeah,
K9
K9's slow.
Yeah, not so good there. Just seemed to bog.
Time. Oh, that's an unfortunate incident. K9 just braking too late, trying to get back into the race, and
just caught the back end and his slightest touch, and it spins you around. But that's played favourable for Ali. K9 stays out as well on that standard lap.
A little flick. No one's taken their Joker. I've put the map up just to display if anyone does. It's a nice element, especially around this circuit.
Yeah, just to highlight where everybody is on track. See if anyone dives for that Joker.
Still leading the way, 2.3, and that's going to cost K9 time.
Just lost over rotation, just scrubs a bit too much speed off, doesn't it? Motormouth not too far behind, considering he had that half spin, had to reverse.
You'll find that these cars, you'll get the best times by being smooth with them, rather than sideways, because they don't quite have the power to keep the car sideways. Came on into the wall, it's going to create a bit of front suspension damage, I'd have thought.
Might already have a little bit of suspension damage from that little knock at the front. Not too much, but it can change the car style on how it behaves quite a bit, can't it? Really. And Ali looking really smooth and comfortable. Oh, K9's wrong way around coming out of that entrance of that tunnel.
I think he's clipped the inside, hasn't he? You can see the front bumper's gone.
Yeah.
He's lost his teeth.
And that could just be down to that extra little bit of damage that he picked up from clipping that wall. It's just unsettled the car a little bit. No one's done the Joker yet as K9 dives for it. Yeah.
So this is going to be close with Ali. He's going to come out just ahead of him.
Just ahead. He leaves the door open for Ali, but maintains track position.
That's not ideal for Ali, because this is all based on time, and if Ali thinks he's quicker, he wants to be ahead of K9, and he's not going to get that opportunity. So this could be a bit of time loss for Ali.
Ali's had a good run round there. K9 kept it tight. This is where Ali will be diving for the Joker, so it was only half a lap of time difference there. I'm sure he'll make it.
As we go in this class, though, that's a lot of time. In this class, it's a severely tight class, as we found out. Good run by Ali, though. Just clean, sensible, no real heroics.
No, nice and smooth. He's found his lines around that track very well. K9 gives it a nice drift coming out there.
Good drive by Motormouth. He's only 10 seconds, well, probably a bit more, probably about 12, 14 seconds off of Ali, which isn't too bad considering he had a half spin.
Yeah. So, shows he's got pace. If it hadn't just occurred on that first corner, but good run by the guys there. So I believe you'll be back in the next one. 4-car race again.
That's what I got on my tee as well.
I hope it's something simple to eat rather than like spaghetti or something, because you'll be struggling with that.
Hopefully you'll be ready for in between my RF2 races, but
yeah,
I may end up having to join the RFN slightly late.
No problem at all, mate. It's gotta eat it while it's hot. Yeah, so K9 will be joining. You'll be diving off your next race, which is Matsushi, yourself, DeNapoli, and Shadow Lancer.
Yeah, it should be a good race.
Yeah, some guys already in, so that's a nice. Guys really getting the hang of just joining and getting into the lobby ready. K9 is just joining us now, and he'll switch us over.
Right, I'll catch you in about 4 minutes.
Okay, man. Have a good one.
How's it, guys?
Very good, mate. Very good.
Alright, so for this one, there's a lot of jumping back and forth here. Losing my spreadsheet all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is Carlo, JPH, Max, which is the Napoli, and Tom.
Just need
I gotta
to.
be director. Napoli, Carlo, Carlo, Napoli, Tom. Yeah.
Everybody's in.
Yeah. That's everyone. Awesome.
Yep.
Let's do this. Yeah, no, I didn't have as much of a clean run in that last one. I just made a mistake that cost me big time. A couple of them, actually.
It didn't seem to get off the start line very well that time.
No,
Did it bog
I had
a
bad
bit?
launch. I don't know, just reactions, I guess. I just didn't quite have the car ready to go in time. And then the tunnel, I made a massive mistake.
We did.
Like I said a bit earlier, I turned in a bit too early, you know, thinking that I could
Slide a bit more.
slide it a bit more, but it didn't carry on. It just turned into the wall. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if you caught my last exit from the tunnel in this.
It was a nice drift.
I sort of figured out more. I stumped the brake a bit harder and a bit later,
Yeah.
which just helped me do that. But it's not the fastest way, I can tell you that. But Ali looking strong. I think Ali is definitely solid on this track. He's one of the guys to beat tonight.
He looks strong, but now we'll get to see hopefully Matsushi this time. Didn't get to see him last time. Yeah. Don't want to curse anyone, but he's away.
There he goes. Napoli also on the front row there. He slots in behind Carlo there.
Nice train coming in. Napoli
Bit
just,
wide there.
I think, a little bit of light contact there from late
So that
braking.
allows Shadow through as well. So Shadow up into second, JPH into first. The Napoli is in fourth right now.
I think.
Remember, I think Carlo is busy leading this championship at the moment. He's the leader, and I think in second place is actually the Napoli in that Red Bull car behind him. So they got a bit of a rivalry going right now. I know that the Napoli was super pumped to do any races with Carlo tonight.
Right. So 3 cars jokered there, which
Yeah.
are these guys going to lose a little bit of time, and it's going to come to Shadow having that nice open track to.
It could do. If Shadow just puts in some solid laps now, it might benefit him. I mean, he doesn't have pressure now. Like JPH has got the pressure of Carlo right on his tail right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, Carlo will probably maybe even get held up a little here behind JPH if he's fast enough. The Napoli looks like he's just made a mistake or two because he's dropped off a little bit.
It's looking close between these two, JPH and Matsushi.
They had a close run in Mill Run as well, if I remember right.
Yeah. Shadow's.
You see Shadow there takes his joker. He comes out ahead of DeNapoli now, so all 4 of these guys have jokered. I don't know.
DeNapoli's having a look through the tunnel.
I don't know. I think if I was Shadow, I might have just held on till the end for that joker. If I felt I was fast enough, maybe he just didn't feel he had the pace to keep it up. Maybe he thought this was his chance. He did gain a position though, so.
Yeah, and DeNapoli's having a look
Side by side. Oh, massive contact there.
through that rough section. As soon as you get off that tarmac,
Shows how dangerous that section can be. But the battle here right now is these two.
JPH just
JPH
clipped that
feeling
barrier.
the pressure, collects the wall. and that is Carlo now through into first place.
It's unfortunate because
Carlo-
it was just the back end of JPH's car, wasn't it? Just collected that arm
It
coat.
was the side of it, the back, and it flipped him right round. But the guy to watch here right now is Carlo, looking just as strong as his brother, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's looks very comfortable.
It might come down in the finals to a brother battle.
Could be intense. Yeah, he looks comfortable, Masusi's.
But he looks like he really knows how to throw that car around. He's just throwing it in the right areas. And it's not slowing him down too much in most of these sections.
Just carrying the pace, and JPH not falling off away from him too much. It was just that one mistake that has cost him that time.
Yeah, we want to see Carlo exit this tunnel here. I think he took a bit of a safer
Controlled.
route than he would normally. I think he knows he needs to get some good results here after that first qualifying. Napoli's car looks a little bit trashed there.
Shadow's not looking too bad except for the rear bumper missing.
They probably suffered quite a bit of damage. Remember, the Napoli also on controller, so it's probably quite difficult for him when he picks up damage.
Yeah, action-packed racer. It's I see lap times a little bit slower than what we have seen. I think
Maybe just a bit more controlled and calm this go around. They just need the points and a decent result.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to the next one. I believe I'm racing again.
Yeah,
Jump in, jump out.
Diving into that one. Hopefully you can have a good one.
I'll check you guys in a bit when I'm done with that one. We go on to qualifying 3.
All good, enjoy. So welcome back, JPH there. Bit of a unfortunate, just the rear end just caught that barrier. You seem to have cleared it with the front, but the back end just span you round then.
Yeah, I don't know whether the car just had a bit of a bump going into it, but it is what it is. Didn't lose too much time, so could have been a lot worse.
It was a close fight though up until that point, but as you say, it was only that one mistake that dropped the time, and then your pace seemed right back on there again.
Although I'm starting to wonder whether they're trying experimental setup in the next race, because I'm noticing the Matsutsis are quicker than me through the final sector, where you go underneath the shed. So that's the place I'm struggling with the gears on it. So
Right.
I may give it a whirl and see if it works. But
Yeah, I don't. You're sitting pretty comfortable, I reckon, in qualifying. So sometimes it's worth a try, isn't it, to try something a little bit different. Don't go too far different, otherwise you'll be kicking yourself there.
to be fair, it's a nice thing with the RF2 class, because it's a shame there's not enough to feel to have like eliminations, but because of that, it means you can just experiment a little bit, because you know you're definitely in the semi-finals wherever you finish. So it's good in that respect, that ability just to tinker for one race, and if it doesn't quite work, it doesn't necessarily matter too much.
Yeah, I think this is a complete repeat of qualifying 2, isn't it? This lineup here.
Yeah, and somehow I think it's the exact same grid from
Motormouth, K9 and Ali. So yeah.
K9 looking to get a better start though than the last time these guys were in the race.
Yeah, I think Motormouth had that slight little contact from behind going into that first corner, which gave him that half spin, wasn't it? But I'm sure he'll be looking to have a good clean run this time. We know Ali's got the pace starting back there, whether he can just keep it calm for the first lap and then see what he can do. Good launch by all.
I should get to the lead on the first corner.
It does.
That's a bit wide, allowing Ali through. It's a brave move from Ali through there, because you got to trust the car to the left of you, but you've also got to try and not put them in the wall at the same time.
Yeah, we had a bit of contact in that last heat between Tom and DiNapoli. They were side by side, very similar to that, but Ali dies for the Joker. He's just trying to get clean air and be able to do his own race. What's K9 now? So K9's only, what, he's had a bit of a wiggle coming through there, but he's kept it under control. He's 6 seconds behind Ali, so he's, when he does that Joker at this point, he would be coming out virtually neck and neck, I reckon.
Motormouth absolutely broad sideways out of the tunnel there. That's going to make for a good photo later.
K9 usually. Yeah.
It's been close.
Good run, it's close, yeah. And Ali's just got unsettled there into that tyre barrier, which is going to drop him that time. So I think just seeing K9 coming out of that Joker has just blinded his vision going into that next turn, hasn't it? And he's just missed the apex.
Yeah, and obviously he's also trying not to hit K9 as well as they merge. So I suspect he's probably just tapped the brakes where he doesn't normally tap it, and the car obviously just reacting slightly differently.
Because he probably was carrying a bit more pace coming round that standard lap, wasn't he? Just you're on the throttle and you're already. Motormouth having a good run, dies for his Joker this time.
He'd be behind Ali, not by a lot, but just doesn't quite get the exit of the Joker right there. Just too late on the brakes.
K9 will be happy so far. Ali not too far behind him.
I don't know where K9's lost his bumper, but he's obviously hit the front end somewhere.
Very close that inside corner. I don't know if he just glanced at it. I just saw his bumper on the inside of that corner. Oh, he's made a mistake. So that allows Ali back through. He won't be happy with that. He's just lost the rear end. Done a 360 at some point.
Much bit of car control that from Ali into that almost hairpin right. She gets the entrance to the tunnel wrong.
That's allowing K9 to catch him, but as they've only got the entrance to do it, glances the barrier on the outside, across the line. I think Motormouth will be happy with that run. It wasn't too bad. He's
not too shabby at all.
Good run by them guys. I think K9 won't be happy just making that one mistake. He had the win there, but just dropped it on the last lap. So what happened there? K9 just we caught the tail end of it, but just looks like he had a spin.
I had 2 spins in that race.
Okay.
No, I thought my first spin, I was lucky because Ali obviously had a bigger mistake than me just after I came out the Joker. But then, geez, I don't know, I lost it again. I had a bit of damage from my earlier mistake. And I think it just caught me out. I turned a bit early again. The wall knocked me back facing straight, and I couldn't quite get the car to turn in time. And I clipped the outside wall with the back of my car, I think, and it bounced me around. So,
that's
you know, rallycross.
Yeah.
But anyways, so on to the next one. we have, so this was qualifying 3, I think. So on to round 2 of qualifying 3. We've got Carlo, JPH, DiNapoli, and Tom. Carlo, John, JPH. Just waiting on DiNapoli now. There he is.
There he is. Just gotta choose.
Yeah, well, actually, my first lap or so, I was feeling really confident. I mean, that Joker, I kind of knew if I could just, because of the little bit of a gap I had before he took his Joker, I thought, I'll probably get out just ahead of him, so I have to go now because he was looking fast in the previous race.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know if I give him too much time, he's gonna do better than me, and I'll never catch him. So I'll just try. And I think just pushing a little too hard, and just made a couple of mistakes. But, I'm enjoying these cars. It's been a while since I drove them as well, so it's fun to be back in them.
I was going to say, it's a long time since you've raced this class, isn't it? So
yeah, super long. I mean, last time I guess all the guys would have driven these cars would have been if they took part in the Race of Nations event we did a while back. And obviously we were doing commentary on that, so you and me both haven't driven these cars a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways, Matsutsi on front, JPH, so those are the two that were having the battle earlier, so that is good for the two of them, and I guess good for the cameras now. DiNapoli, obviously, he's also had his moments tonight where he's looking strong, so he could slip through if there's too much of a battle going on with these two. And Shadow was also not looking bad earlier either.
Engines revving there.
Good launch there.
Good launch by Matsushi. JPH just has to tuck in behind him, doesn't he?
Somebody's jumped.
Shadow,
Shadow's jumped. Ooh, too wide for Matsutsi. Just slows him down. DiNapoli squeezes through. So that's what I said earlier.
Yeah,
if
I
the
don't know.
guys in front push too hard, then DiNapoli's going to take it.
Oh, out into that tyre barrier though.
Wall. He's going to pick up some damage now. He continues normal. The other two, no. JPH, that was a last-minute decision for him. You could see he changed his mind. He didn't want to be stuck behind Carlo. That's the problem. But now he might have just got himself stuck behind DiNapoli. So he's got to hope now.
Carlo
it looks like
was
Carlo's
slow.
made a mistake because Carlo's only just come out of that Joker lap now.
He must have had a 360 tunnel.
It's almost 3 cars wide through this tunnel. Look at that shot.
This is
all 3.
This is tight, especially coming into this next section now. This is where the guys just need to play with a little bit of caution and take the fight to the rest of the lap, I reckon.
Carlo's just held onto it, but he's done his Joker already. So, I don't know, DiNapoli, if I was him, I would take my Joker right now.
Let's see a little bit of contact with the barrier there. DiNapoli goes.
And JPH stays out. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a gap between him and Carlo. So, he might just be able to get the time there.
Close.
Ooh, he did, I think, clip it. Just sent him into the other wall. He's really sending it now. I mean, he's reached that point, nothing to lose now. Just send it.
Send it. JPH.
So that means that leading this race right now is DiNapoli.
JPH still got his Joker in hand, and he's roughly about the same time. So I reckon it's going to be neck and neck between DiNapoli and JPH.
I think so, and luckily for JPH, he's not too close on the back of Carlo. So Carlo shouldn't have been slowing him down here. So JPH
standard again.
Out, so he's going to save it right for that last lap. I don't know. I think that might be a mistake from him.
He seems to have caught up a little bit closer, hasn't he, to Matsuti?
Yeah. Matsuti will be carrying some damage from whatever his mistake was in that Joker lap.
And it's always hard to follow a car through the gravel sections. They do kick up a bit of dust, so it can just take away your sight to get your line. Or
you just go a bit too wide and you clip a wall or a tyre. Napoli there. He looks like he might have just.
I think he's lost a little bit of time now. So
I think
whether
he's
he's
just made a little mistake here and there, maybe that's lost him a bit of time, but is going to work out from here. JPH has to.
Ooh!
Carlo! And don't know where he spun there, but Carlo might have got in his way.
I think it was okay. I think he glanced off the side of him, so...
It's okay. It looks like he's going to come out in front of De Napoli. He does. De Napoli there in the background. So, I mean, the long game did play off for him this time.
His car looks pretty well clean and intact, so he hasn't picked up too much damage.
He's going to cross the line now in first place. De Napoli out the tunnel. He will cross the line in second. Carlo, I'm sure he's going to give us a full send here. Nothing to lose.
Quite controlled. Quite controlled. I was expecting...
Maybe just that his car's too hard to drive at the moment, but I would have thought more of a send there from Carlo, the full send Metsutsi.
Unfortunately for Shadow, jumping that start, just easily done. Everyone's made that mistake at some point.
Yeah,
it just...
Gonna happen again, I'm sure. I mean, it happens to everyone. It's usually the guys that they trying to get that just like perfect start, you know. It's why I try. Sometimes I start a bit too slow, like you might have seen earlier, but I'm just I don't think it's worth the risk for me. I'm not fast enough to recover from something like that. So anyways, into this next race, it will be Scott, Ali, and myself again. So we need JPH. I don't know what happened to JPH there. He's vanished.
You know, I think he's got to have gone for
his win.
Yeah, I think he's gone for some champagne. He's gone for his tea. So, fortunately, I'll be on my own. So we could just do with a cameraman just to jump in, I think.
Yeah, we'll need a cameraman now. Just trying to think, so we could use Carlo or Shadow if you guys are around.
Nobody has to worry. I don't expect them to talk or motormouth. Is he? No, he's racing, isn't he? So, no, he's. Yeah, he will be. Yeah. Hang on. Am I on here? Yep.
Let me just go ask the guys in the chat quick. It's easier to talk in there. I'll be back.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, we just sort out a cameraman just to keep the stream flowing. Shadow, I think he's joined in to do a bit of camera work. Thank you very much.
Alright, so Shadow's going to do camera work. I'm going to jump out because I got a race now. And yeah.
Have a good one.
You'll have to go solo. You'll have to go solo this round.
Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. Have a good one, and plenty of full send. It's the last one.
I don't know. I got to get a good result here. Hurt myself the last time.
So yeah, these guys, K9, Ali, and Motormouth. You've seen them have the last few races together. Hopefully, we can get a good race. Last race for these guys, last round of qualifying for these. Just checking the stream, see what people are saying. So yeah, I think Motormouth's going to give it a big full send this time round. He's looking keen. He's had good races tonight, some cleaner races, being able to just get more of a feel for the car. K9 obviously jumped into the seat. He seems to be doing alright. Ali, we know, is looking one of the strongest when he's got the pace. Nice smooth driving style on this track. So with it being the last round, I'm everybody be looking for the best possible result. Just bear with me a minute. So I think, right, so this time Ali, I think he's been on that front row, puts Motormouth up on the front row as well, K9 at the back. I think Ali actually last time was at the back of the grid, so it's K9's got the job to do this time round. Motormouth in a nice strong position going into that first run down to that first corner. Ali we know has good launches, but hardest to get a real good launch in these cars, with them all a bit lower power. You can't get an excellent launch like sometimes you can in the supers. So, see if hopefully everyone gets off this line. Everyone's nice even start, neck and neck from the two guys in front. K9's looking up the centre of them. Motormouth holding his line going into that first corner. Ali carries some more speed round and just gets a little bit of collection in the background there, and them two guys major trouble, which allows Ali to break out. Just collects that inside of the corner, but manages to keep his pace up. And he's got some clean air to have a good run with. Everyone else seems to have a little bit of damage. Ali car looking immaculate still, so he's just going to be setting in them fast lap times, which qualifying, it's all down to the overall time. That goes up against the other heat as well, so you're not just racing these guys out on track, you've got to think about the other qualifying round as well. Motormouth seems to have a bit crawling pace, he's obviously picked up a bit too much damage there. This is allowing Ali just to drive his own race. K9's not give up though, he's giving it a big send. Goes for his joker this time round. See whether he gets this last corner right. Just very close to that exit. Drops out in front of Ali, but Ali's still yet to do his joker. So that's maybe not what Ali wants, but there's a little bit of a gap there, but sometimes just having a car there can put you off that a little bit. But K9 seems to be using all of that track there, keeping up his pace through this rough section. Everyone seems to be, when the cars are on their own through that section, they seem to be quite controllable. Ali diving for his joker there to get some clean air. Nice run through the joker, nice and controlled, tidy exit, and carries up plenty of pace. So still one more lap to go in this last round, first race of qualifying. Looks like Ali's got a comfortable lead now, screaming that car down that straight, so he's carrying maximum pace. Nice and controlled through that dirt section. Rotates the car nicely and all under control, I think, from Ali's point of view. I think Motormouth is cruising around. Oh, as I say that, Ali's done a nice 360 there. He's not going to lose too much time. K9, he's still got a bit of time. K9, beautiful send, beautiful drift into that section there. Hard to do in that car because you do lose so much speed, but Ali just seems to be struggling through this final lap. Still holds on for the win. K9 didn't get the entrance quite right there, just seemed to push on a little bit. Motormouth had pulled over, so not thinking it was worth to continue with the amount of damage that he probably had with his car, so unfortunate for him, but Yeah, commentator's curse there, I think, for Ali. Said he was going to have a nice clean run to the end, and that last lap just seemed a bit tricky. Couple of mistakes made there, but still holds on to that, and I'm sure it'll be quite a strong time overall in the qualifications. So going on to this final race of qualifying for the lights. K9 joins us there. He's I thought the race was going to come to him on that last lap. Ali just seemed to have made a couple of mistakes, and you had some beautiful drift moments coming down to the section that we're just coming down to now. This right-hander around that dirt.
I was really sending it there. I knew after that start I had to just motor. And yeah, I was scaring myself a bit actually.
You seem to be carrying the pace, though, even though in a drift situation, which we know is hard in that car.
Yeah, it slows a bit towards the end. Like I think I was just carrying so much speed because you can take that corner just before, like sort of straight. So I carry like a ton of speed through that section, and that just takes me through it. But just pulling out is a bit difficult to get out of that corner again. It's slowed down slightly, but no, I was pretty happy with. I think I did it maybe twice in a row on that race we just did now, where it was like almost sideways before I even got to the corner, which is not the same in this car as it is in the supercar. You're wondering the whole time, is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? But no, it was fun. But now we go on to the supercar Merc.
No, we don't.
Which is...
Do we? We got one more.
No, we got one more race here. Sorry, we got. See, I'm keen.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got JPH. He's back from his tea.
You're wanting more power. That's what you're wanting. You're like, right, give me more power.
I want full send straight away. No, okay. So we got Tom, Max, JPH, and Carlo. So Carlo, I think if he was watching that, he's going to be full sending now. You'll want to one-up me here with some full send. Yeah, got our guys. Let's do this. But yeah, no, Ali was looking good until that like last lap maybe. But he was looking good, and then just lucky off that start, I guess, where there was the collision between myself and Motormouth there, which was unfortunate for both of us. Mainly him, because he spun the full way around, I think. But yeah, I don't know. There was a gap there, and it closed very quickly.
It's as we know, it's a rough section as well, isn't it? So that comes into the factor as well. But
no, I was going easy into that corner because I thought I'll let them fight for it, and then I just saw this gap open, and I thought, well, if it's there, I'm going to see if I can take it, you know. And then before I knew it, there was I saw stars.
No gap.
Yeah, I saw stars.
Yeah.
The other car. But no, I don't really. I mean, maybe it was my fault. I don't know. I didn't see it from the outside. But I don't know. I thought there was a gap.
Yeah, it's always hard to see, and it looked tight anyway. So nobody could call it from outside, I don't think. But it's a good. I think it switched this grid around, doesn't it now? So DiNapoli and Shadow on the front row. So that's a nice.
That's going to be interesting now.
Even switch on the grid rotation.
Shadow obviously struggled a bit with runs now. He's had a jump start, and he had that collision earlier, so he needs.
A good clean run just to finish off, and that'll.
He's at risk now. I mean, remember Carlo had a jump start too, so originally Carlo would have been the guy trying to make a bit of a comeback here, but now I think Carlo's had some better rounds than Shadow, so that would mean Shadow is likely sort of nearer the bottom here.
He's just dropping back. Matsusi's got along up the inside of him.
He's taken that gap that I went for, but he's clear. So Carlo into second. Shadow is in third, and JPH still in fourth. I think JPH changed his mind there again.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
It.
You'd rather have that bit of clear air up to Matsusi, wouldn't you? Not
definitely.
De Napoli, sorry.
It does sometimes waste time though to make that split-second change, because you set on one way and then you got to change your line completely.
Yeah, you can lose a bit of time, but so Matsusi and Shadow in front, but they've
nice
jokered.
There, that was brave.
Held it well over that rough jump that we saw the car getting some air there, but
so this is a section I feel you could probably get the best send. Is this piece that he's going into now?
Yeah, this is where we saw it, and he's
pretty good there.
Nice full send.
I don't know what my angle looked like. I wasn't looking at my angle from the
Pretty
outside.
much the same angle, but you came in a little bit wider and took a tighter exit. But
there, that's also nice there from him. So JPH with Shadow just behind him. Shadow must have taken. Well, JPH took it because he was at the back.
Yeah, so JPH took his Joker that lap.
So the Napoli hasn't taken his Joker yet. Napoli at the back. So he's just got to sort of not allow pressure to get to him now, because he'll be thinking, oh, they're so far ahead. But in fact, he hasn't taken the Joker. So if he just puts in solid laps, he can be right back in the fight.
Well, I think it would. I think it would drop him right back out in between JPH and Shadow.
Full send there. That's proper. I think he heard you about the tighter line, because he looked like he had a good one through there.
Yeah.
See, they've got a new obstacle on track now. JPH just smacked it. Shadow through the tunnel. Let's see what he looks like on the exit here. A bit of a straighter line on exit there.
Nice and controlled. De Napoli, how's he getting on? He's lost his front bumper somewhere.
I think he's just been running that one corner wide out of the tunnel. He might have just picked up a little bit of damage from that. But right now, because De Napoli's taken his Joker as well, so right now...
Yeah, so he must have made a mistake in the Joker, I reckon, because he was about that time difference before.
I think Carlo just feels he can show off here now. He's giving us a show.
Just moving the car around.
He's going to do it here, wide entry.
Keeps it controlled. He's thinking a bit of pitch. And I think with that one jump start, he's concentrated on getting the points. Yeah. De Napoli,
nice
good full send.
Just a bit wide. Good race from those guys.
Good race to finish the qualifying for the lights on.
Yeah, so that is qualifying for lights on, and now we can go into the Mercs. I was already ready for the Mercs now. The Mercs will be a bit easier though, not so much jumping around. I'll be racing in those the full time, so you won't hear from me again until maybe the end if I jump back into finish the stream off with you guys. But JPH will be joining for an extended period of time now, so
no worries. Enjoy.
Second or two, I'm going to jump out and
try and tame a Merc around that track.
I'll see what I can do.
Have a good one. Welcome back, JPH. Fed and watered, and just completed the final racer.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, I'd done my experimental setup in race 3 and 4, and it seemed to work in 3, but in 4 it just didn't seem the same.
Yeah, just felt totally different. Sometimes you can sense that, can't you? It just feels totally different from what you've just kind of experienced. But I think it was a fast-paced race all round. Yeah, he was keeping a nice smooth line. We were expecting a few more full sends from Matsusi, but I think with that jump start that he had, he's played it more caution-free qualifying.
Yeah, I don't know if he's played it more cautiously or whether he's that's just the way his pace almost, and it's just a shame that he jumped in the start.
Yeah.
Because in reality, you've got, if you try and play it safe, you're not going to get the points you need. So it's
when I say play it safe for Matsushi, I mean no full sends and kind of showboating as we kind of call it. But
problem is, I think tonight he's been such tight in pace. I think he obviously had the jumps on the first race, and it wouldn't surprise me if he spotted the time and just went, actually, I need to drive this properly.
Yeah. No, so going in with these Mercs, these are going to be, I think, entertaining around this track. They're, as we know,
it's going to be fun to watch. I don't think they're going to be so fun to drive.
No, especially through them rough sections, and then some of these corners are really going to drag them out wide. I think this first corner is going to be where everyone's going to need to just play it with caution and get round that first section and then think about splitting for the Joker or going the standard lap.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Joker around here can play such a strategical role. I mean, you saw in race 3 or 2 when I last minute decided not to go for the Joker because Matsushi did.
Yeah, you could really see your car as well make that decision, if you know what I mean. You knew it was no, he's gone, so I'll go standard lap, and it's one of them. You can scrub just a little bit of time off, can't you? You know, you can lose a little bit of time from making that decision, but sometimes it can play doing the opposite to someone that you're racing against.
Yeah, I think it was definitely racing because I'm pretty certain that was the one. I think he had his spin through the Joker as well, so I mean, he and Napoli were right there. But Ali on effectively pole position, followed by Motormouth, and K9 and Carlo Mazzuzzi, and Shadow Lancer probably at the moment in the best position on this grid. If I'm not going to lie, I don't think for this first race.
It's definitely, it's not totally a disadvantage being at the back, is it? Just sit back, hang back that little bit, give people a little bit of room, and I'm sure he'll pick up some places quite quickly.
Good launch from Ali as per normal.
Everyone away.
Sideline work.
Matsushi's coming through as well, past Motormouth, gets it broken down for that first corner.
Oh, the two Matsushis come together.
Oh dear.
Oh, and that's a big head-on. That's going to be massive damage for Mazzuzzi and Motormouth there.
So you can see the two brothers there, both facing the wrong way, and hard to get that car turn around there. Motormouth just collecting that barrier. So that's K9 up into the front.
Into the barrier, the Joker. Shadow's understood into the exit barrier, so K9's on his way.
Yeah, so he just needs to keep it calm and drive it to the end, isn't it? But let's see, Shadow just running wide again. It's not too bad for him. So who's this now? Matsushi's done his Joker, and that's brought him back up into that third place on track.
The other two Mazzuzzi's obviously teammates in the championship, so not ideal the fact they're clashing together.
Yeah, I think Motormouth's struggling with damage already, isn't he? But K9's car looking all intact.
Yeah, it's unusually intact, shall we say.
Big full send out the exit there, and he just seems to be getting a bit wider every lap, so tyre temperature's going up and a bit more confidence, and you just gotta
the tyres.
That's I see Motormouth pulled over there, he's struggling.
Oh, and this time K9 gets hit wrong into the barriers that time. But he's still got 6.2 to Shadow. As long as
Shadow's just lost it, just coming out there. I think it was, as he was putting the power down, it seemed to just send him off one direction.
The cameraman. Oh, he's lost it again. Go for the camera just to keep panning around even though he's not there.
So it was Ali there, just went through sliding the car and avoided Shadow, so he's...
I think Shadow was still having issues even after that second spin.
So whether his car is just
Into the tyre.
twitching under acceleration, isn't it? Which is probably major suspension damage on the front. K9, holds onto that. I thought he was heading for them barriers then.
Yeah, it's a different style of accident as well, because K9's deliberately making that car drift that way. I think Shadow, there's a little bump on the inside of that right-hander that if you just clip it, it can make the tail come out. It was doing it in the RF2s, so it can make your car a bit unsettled. But one more corner for K9 and he's done.
Yeah.
Maximum points in this qualifying because there's only one race per qualifying.
Nice run to the end there, and a few little battle scars from running out wide. I think Ali's coming through for second, so he's had a good fight back.
Helped by the mistakes of those around him. Obviously, Motormouth.
Oh, Matsushi, I think there has blown an engine, terminal damage there.
Yeah. I'm not surprised in that because he did have that head-on collision with Motormouth.
Yeah.
That will damage your radiator.
I think Shadow just needs to contend this last corner, and he's going to come over for third place points.
There is Motormouth parked up at the end at turn 1, that is.
See, lap times are still not that much different, are they, from the lights, which we always say you can get that power down in the lights, can't you, and drive a smoother line.
And not only that, because you're having to drive in smoother to get that power down, you're actually gaining time by not going sideways. Unlike the World Rallycross cars, as soon as you start going sideways, you're losing time.
Yeah.
But they are good to look at, though.
So, yeah.
I released some pictures of the RFN from 2 weeks ago, and they can get them at some decent angles for some photos. I'll give it that.
Yeah. And I think these cars, visually, as they go on to like lap 3 and 4, you can see the car moving around a lot more, you know, with the tyre temp and stuff going up, or whether it is down to drivers just getting a bit more confident as the race goes on. But as you say, the angles that they're bringing them out of corners and stuff, or even having to put them to rotate them through a corner.
I've not actually driven the Merc, mainly because I heard it was probably the worst car to pick, so I just didn't even bother with it. And I was choosing it for Mondays. I was just like, no, not going to go with that.
Yeah, I think the Mercedes, nobody has ever actually chosen it to enter it into the Rally Fighters Championship. I think everybody's tested it and just jumped out of it, but to have a championship where everyone's using it, it can, you know, it can make it for interesting racing.
So it would be interesting for maybe a future RFN category, be the Escort, the Mark 1 Escorts.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've done some fun lobbies in them and stuff, and you know, I think we've had to go with the Mitsubishi Evos as well. They're quite fun.
Motormouth back on the front row, but this one with the other Matsushi alongside him.
So Matsushi with a good launch. Ali as well, also having a look up that inside line. Motormouth out breaks himself going into that first corner. It didn't even look like he managed to turn then, did it?
That wasn't just a minor outbreak, that was completely missing the braking point.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether whether he had any steering or anything going into that first corner, but... Oh, K9's over!
How has he managed to go over there? That's impressive.
Instant terminal damage as well. That was major contact.
That's going to make a definite picture later. Yeah, he's clipped the barrier, and I wonder, because there are little bollards on that stretch, and you normally go through them to get the best line into the exit. I wonder if he's clipped the barrier and then one of them's just got under the car and is gripped.
Yeah, it's I've never experienced or seen that happen down in that section, but that's something to be aware of, especially for finals.
Was on his roof. He's got out quicker than Roman Grosjean did. It starts and he's alright.
I don't know what happened there. My engine blew and my car did a front flip.
Yeah, that was really weird to watch. Looked like you just hooked a barrier, but I don't know whether it had terminal damage.
So the entrance to that Joker, because I took it a bit last minute, I clipped the inside barrier a little and I got like 30 suspension damage on that one corner on the right. But the engine, I didn't even notice the engine had gone up, but it must have. And then coming down the straight, I didn't hit anything, but my engine just said terminal damage straight away down the engine, and my car did a front flip down the Joker lane. So I don't know what happened.
That was crazy. We didn't know whether it had clipped the barrier, but
No, there was no contact. It was just down the straight. It all of a sudden launched forward and flipped.
Yeah, as we said, the only thing we can get out of there is JPH is going to get some good shots, but...
Matsu's getting the entrance to the tunnel all wrong, clipping the inside tyre barrier. They'll have shadow through.
Oh, Matsushi, big spin out coming out of that tunnel. Ali just misses him. That was really close for the brothers again.
And I said this has put Shadowlance in a really nice position. He's final lap in the lead, and Ali's already taken his Joker.
Just need to keep it clean this rest of this section, and could be a nice result for him. I think Ali's made a mistake as well, yeah. So
Matsushi does have to take his Joker though, as the camera.
Oh, and they've come together again. So Shadow has gone past us, a stricken car of K9.
Once again, the Matsushi brothers fighting with each other.
Yeah, so Shadow will be happy with that. He's going to bring a nice result home there for the qualifying 2, isn't it, this one? So
Matsushi.
He's had to carry the team this round. Doing tricks. Jeez, I'll try not pop that again. I don't know how I did that.
Had a good run in the first one, and Ali's
it was like the car bunny hopped. It was the craziest thing I've ever felt in the car.
Because there are bollards down that Joker, and I wonder whether when you terminaled it's gone into the bollards and it's just made it got underneath, because the cars aren't exactly the highest.
The back overtook the front. I just flipped over. Anyways, I'll jump out now.
Have a good one, mate. Motormouth, not too far away, and still going this time around. Doesn't quite make it in time over the line, but at least his car felt drivable this time round. But yeah, that was a really interesting race, wasn't it? Like with K9's car doing that, and then the two Matsushi brothers again just tripping over each other on track in different sections, even though like the one had jokered, and I think was it Matsushi was diving for his Joker, and Ali.
I think what's happened there is I think Ali's come to do the normal lap, and it's so tight that normally the back end kicks out, and obviously you don't get that momentum through the corner. And I wonder if Carlo's come into it absolutely pinned, and Ali's still getting the car on the exit of that left-hander, and Matsushi just nowhere to go at that sort of pace.
Yeah. I think they're diving straight back in. But no, nice result there for Shadow.
Well, two races, two different winners so
Yeah.
far. Hopefully K9's hasn't just produced an omen that if you win a race, you're going to terminal the next.
That was definitely an interesting accident of K9's. That was. It didn't look right on the screen, but
It looks spectacular from where we were, though.
yeah. You're loving that, aren't you? You're thinking, right, I want to go and take some shots of that. That's
Pretty much. To be fair, I've still got about 10 replays to go through from Milrun.
That's the thing with Rallycross. I think there's plenty of potential shot moments, isn't there?
Mo Mouth, third qualifying, third front row start.
Who's he been paying?
He's the Rallycross gods are obviously very happy with something that he's doing.
Definitely are. I don't think he's happy about it though. He's just wrote a message on the stream, and yeah, I don't think he wants to be on that pole. But get it into that first corner and get it round and get it gone.
That's impressive. Motormouth has also put that on that first turn. He he went to press the handbrake. It looks like he accidentally put his wipers on instead. So I don't think it's raining, but you
I
can
don't
try
know.
to do a Hamilton and fool everyone.
Try everything. Try the wipers. Try the lights.
Get on the horn.
Yeah. Good launch as well there from Moab.
Can he get across the cover, Matsuzi?
Yeah.
I think he can. Yeah.
Break it down, get it round. It just runs wide. He's out on the dirt,
Matsuzi
but
all over
he's still there.
barriers.
That's
And the
tight.
Matsuzi's
That's
coming.
tight. Oh, that's Motor Mouse through, but he runs out wide. He keeps it. Shadow's diving for the Joker.
Matsuzi's coming together once again. I think Kyle got caught up in that one.
So Shadow out in front now on track.
Nowhere near enough gap though. Only 3.5.
Motormouth sounds like he's in the wrong gear to me, but there we go. He's changed it down. So Ali's onto the back of him now. So
Both of them into the wall.
So these three not too far away from each other at the back. Motormouth's just locking up into that first corner a lot, holding position.
He's just braking a little bit too late, and because of that, it's forcing him to try the handbrake. Meanwhile, Matsuzi's gone for the Joker and should come out comfortably ahead.
He does, yeah. I think
Ali and K9 into the Joker, and I think Momas just had an issue in the flick. Yeah, that's a poor car.
it's just a lot of front end damage there, and
That's front left suspension he's got there. It's pulling horribly to the left. That's a shame for Motormouth. He was running well.
yeah. Matsuzi's out in front and he's having fun, but keeping the pace up as well. Oh, just as I say that, just scrapes the back end of the car, which turned him wrong way, and Shadow's not too far behind him. Gets a good run for him.
Shadow's playing this smart. He's not trying to push Matsuzi because he knows he's going to get whatever time he gets here, because he's not getting challenged, and nor is he being impeded.
Yeah.
If Matsuzi does make that mistake, he is there to punish him.
But Ali's not too far off the back of Shadow. I just saw him come into shot. I think Shadow's made a mistake. I can just hear a car.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, nice one. I think he's just run a bit wide.
Yeah. So it's last lap. Can Shadow do enough to hold off Ali here? Runs out
He's
wide.
running wide, but this isn't an overtaking opportunity, this corner really, because of the entry through the flick. do like a good on-board shot.
Yeah, it was good just to have that. As you can still see, so Matsusi's kept a good run there, and he's going to take a win for this round. Shadow. Oh, Shadow's going to get it to the line. No. Big collision there, but Shadow just held on to that second place.
I think Ali let off the acceleration there.
Yeah, so it's showing that he didn't actually get across the line then. Is that?
I think it was more on the basis of just making sure Shadow didn't finish behind him, because so obviously some people do, if they cause a collision, they actually tend to wait to make sure they don't gain that advantage.
Yeah, which is, it's fair play, isn't it? It's good sportsmanship.
It's good sportsmanship. On the basis he did make Shadow pop a wheelie in a Mercedes.
He was trying, though, coming out that exit of the tunnel. If you can get a better line, you could add a better run to that line and just pick the place.
It's an awkward one because Shadow's line was just slightly wider going in, which meant he didn't, or slightly tighter going in, I should say, which meant he didn't quite have the same momentum that Ali carries through there. And the problem is, once you're sideways. There's not a lot you can really do. Motormouth, I think, calling that a night in the Mercs, unfortunately.
No, he's come back. You can't get rid of him that easily. He might have thought it was just that was the last round, so he's back in.
He's done that to try and avoid pole position.
Right? Yeah.
Which might work, but I'm not entirely convinced, because normally if it's on a circuit like a proper race, it normally goes from whoever's last in gets pole position. Obviously, he doesn't. I think it's a slightly different code for.
It's going to be funny if it puts him on pole now. We shall see.
Yeah, I think maybe I just needs to hit the brakes a little bit earlier into turn one, and almost instead of trying to Matsusi it in terms of just coming in pulling the bar, just get it slowed down and only nip the bar, just to make the back end move enough. Yeah,
it looks like he's just hitting the brakes too much, getting them front wheels locked. Oh my, look at that. He's back on pole.
with Matsusi right alongside him once again.
You couldn't ask for that. If you wanted pole for 4 races on the trot, you couldn't ask for that, could you? But,
I think he's just put a crying emoji in the chat. I think he's happy with that position. So, 4th and final time for the night.
Yeah. He had a good start last time. I think Matsusi's had a better run. K9 as well, and Ali. Yeah. So Matsusi gets it rotated.
Oh, Ali's half round.
So it's played again for Shadow. He's snuck through into that second place. Got himself in a nice bit of clean air there.
Merrimath doing something that could be quite. K9 now goes for the Joker. It's interesting. Shadow not going for the Joker on the first lap, like he normally has done this tonight.
K9 just ran into that barrier, but comes out in front of Matsusi.
Merrimath is deliberately gone to the back just to run his own race, and it's probably quite a smart idea, because it means he can get a bit of confidence back in that Merc. It just seems like he's lost that touch of confidence in the car.
Definitely a wise move, isn't it?
Matsusi's surely going to Joker.
Yeah, he has big send into that Joker as well. Just needs to break it down for that final entrance there. Comes well out in front of Shadow as well. He's dived in there and comes out comfortably in second.
It's impressive. Shadow's strategy's been very, very good. I think he's realised he's not as quick as the Matsusis, but he can still get a decent time. And the way the Matsusis have been driving, they can make those mistakes from their full send driving style.
Yeah, definitely can. As you say, Shadow's used that in one way to his advantage, hasn't it? And see, Motor Mouth's car just picked up a little bit of damage.
I've got a feeling, yeah, I think he's got some more suspension damage on the front there. I think he's clipped that flick once again. Ali taking his joke on the last lap, he's just got that wrong, and that's going to ruin that chance. I was going to say, it looks like he was trying to make at the time on Shadow and K9 through the normal laps, then overtake him through the Joker, but that's now gone, that opportunity.
Yeah, I think he's dropped overall too much time to make that up, unless there's a mistake. And K9 through on Shadow now.
Yeah, I think Shadow just a little bit deep into turn 1, and K9 now thinking he's driving the RF2 through that corner.
K9 looking a little bit on the edge, so Shadow's not out of that position just yet, is he? I mean, K9's fully rotated, just gets it wrong going into there, but holds to it. Matsushi coming back around for another win, though.
From Matsushi on the last lap.
Yeah. Oh, it's neck and neck. And Ali not too far behind them.
No, it's good stuff by Ali in the end. Obviously, he had to take that Joker, so he had a clean run in. That's a critical thing. He had a clean run into the Joker as well, so he could go absolutely flat through it. He should finish this heat, which is good to see.
Here the car not right though, with the revs are.
I believe
not quite right.
First race everyone's finished tonight in the Mercs.
Yeah, that was a good run there. K9 trying to dive for a move. Well, close with Shadow when they come out the tunnel exit there, but holds on for that second place. And Matsushi's had 2 good runs to finish with, hasn't he?
Well, he's just managed to get into that clean air, hasn't he? He's got a front, got the clean air, and just built from there. I think Ali's been quite unlucky in the Mercs in terms of tangling with his brother, which has caused some of his times to be a little bit not representative.
I have to say it's a tough car.
It doesn't look like that. It looks easy to drive.
Yeah, no,
It's like on rails, is it not?
No. You could see when I did my front flip it wasn't on rails. But, geez, like, no. It's a tough car, especially when you just get that, like, slight bit of damage. It just becomes difficult. I don't know, just a few times there I was getting tapped out of the way on that first corner, and then, you know, once it starts going that way, then it just sort of starts piling up, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just lucky that last round that I managed to make a few less mistakes, I suppose, than Shadow. But I almost lost it at the end. I managed to...
I think Shadow tonight has been the man of strategy that has kind of paid massive for him. He's worked and got into clean air.
The thing is a lot of the time I was forced to take my Joker on that first lap, just because of where I was sitting between all the cars, and then by that time, because you sort of got caught in a bit of a traffic jam, by the time I was getting out of that Joker, I already had the leader right on the back of me, you know?
It's a tough one to call, because obviously if you've got those cars ahead, you've got to make sure you don't hit them, because they're going to be broad sideways coming out of that, because it's a 90-degree left turn otherwise.
Yeah. No, it's a real tough one, and it's when you're forced to take that Joker lap on the first lap. I mean, I was checking there on that last round. You could see Carlo's lap was way quicker than anyone else's, his best lap. And that's because he took his Joker lap later, and it's such a short lap. Whereas I took mine on the first lap, which is your slowest lap because you're starting from standing still.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a real good lap to keep for later on if you can. But obviously, if you've got cars in front of you, you sort of it's sort of. I mean, we saw JP. You were making those last minute changes to your Joker strategy, I think, during the races as well. And it just that split second of thinking, do I stay behind the guy or do I keep this way or which way do I go? Is it just wastes a little bit of time and throws your line off a bit. But you could have got like a much better line. And I think in these kind of cars, it's obviously more emphasized because of
the speed
and the acceleration. But,
no, definitely. I mean, there's about 3 critical things really with this Joker. Normally, it's only 2 with any Joker, but because of the entry to this one in particular, it's just a flat out blast. And on the normals a 90 degree, you've got about 3 things to think about. You've got to think about, right, does the car in front take it? Because obviously if he takes it, you don't want to take it, you want to try and gain that advantage.
Yeah.
Then you've got to think, am I too close to the car ahead to take it? Because ideally for this one you want to go flat, and if you can't go flat, it's a wasted Joker in reality.
But at the same time, especially in the supercars, you don't want to sit behind a guy for an entire another lap if he's slowing you down. So
I think Ratek proved that in the final race on Monday.
Yeah.
And you decided to stay behind me.
Yeah, I couldn't get anywhere near and couldn't make a maneuver, and then, as you say, I thought you were going to go Joker, and just hung behind you. And it was like, oh crikey.
But yeah, it's a very tactical Joker. It's definitely something good to have in the bag later on in the race if you can. But at the same time, yeah, it's very, very strategic, and it's a nice track though. I enjoyed it. Like it's a tough one because when I had that clean air at the start in that first race where I hadn't really had any contact, somehow I got through all the chaos with really minimal sort of contact, and then it was nice, so I could take lines that I wanted to take, but when you pick up just that slight damage or whatever, then these cars they behave very differently to what you want them to, and it just starts piling up. But no, I'm sure some of the guys had a good run, and I look forward to the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, should be some epic racing from all the classes.
Yeah, I got to think now. I'm probably going to be. I suppose I am in the semi-finals for the lights as well. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, cool.
Right, so we'll catch everyone back here tomorrow night.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I think it was quite entertaining. I was racing most of it, so I don't know how it looked from the outside.
Definitely was.
Anyways, thanks for watching. You can check us back here for our final race pretty much of this year that will be streamed.
Yeah, it will be, yeah. So catch you guys tomorrow night.
Cheers, everyone.